It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Bears and the Packers on EA Sports.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at the Packers in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, and not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
This morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. For the first time, here comes the Chicago Bear offense, led out by the veteran in his first season in Chicago, but 11th overall, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
The day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Dalton. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Demir Bird, 75 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. We get our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
First down and much more here for Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A give to Jones. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and
he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing out. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chart.
I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. teams had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Charles, Chicago's offense comes back out here, and as they do, want to ask you about what's going on there. 8-8 last year for the second consecutive season. Did get into the playoffs, but lost in the wild card round. But this is one of those franchises, CD, it seems, where you're always talking about the quarterback position. Well, they get Fields, but now it looks like Andy Dalton is the guy. How do you see this playing out, and how long until we probably see Fields under center?
I love how you pose that, because you spend a lot of time in the Midwest, as do I. And anytime you talk to a Bears fan, it's always about the fact that they haven't had their franchise quarterback since, I mean, you know, a lot of people will say Jim McMahon. Before that, you'd say Sid Luckman. I mean, they just have not had that person. Now they draft Justin Fields, and he's not going to start week one. A lot of Bears fans are unhappy about that. But the staff wants to bring him along slowly. I don't think it'll be as slow as they expect. He creates big plays, and that only help a really good defense if they can get some offense going.
I just have to say that I looked up Sid Luckman while you were talking. He played from 1939 to 1950. So if he and McMahon are the two, I guess it's time in Chicago for a stalwart under center. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Looking deep for Adams. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, as the first half is winding down, and the Packers have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense, as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he loses the football a second time. And the Packers pick it up. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. A good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The kick by Crosby is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
That's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. 97 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Powering his way forward and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Again, he finds an opener. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Open man, here is Cobb. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb, his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And 2021 in the draft, the first tight end off the board. Florida's Kyle Pitts at number 4 to Atlanta. The first tight end taken in 2020 was this guy, Cole Kmet, number 43 overall. Really started to come on late last season. A good grab there for a first down.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Dalton here from the gun. And this will be caught by Mooney. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down. To throw here, Dalton. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Another chance for Dalton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Escapes the defender, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But fourth down now.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Packers pick it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is now 24. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And that'll bring up second down. And Dalton to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing. Dalton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That's complete to Mooney.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And now it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there. It takes away what could have been a touchdown. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.